Keeper. Kick a keeper.
Go kick a keeper. We don't talk about no.
My old lady always would say, if shit had bones, it would stand up and walk.
I'm not really worried about it.
Okay, my response would be this. You don't choose Leeds United. Leeds United chooses you.
Welcome back to the Stoop, football fans. It's your boy Lolo on another Friday night and a somewhat sad happy hour. Yes, I know a lot of you all are just hearing about this if you don't follow us on social media and everything, but a long-time Stoop member, one of the first Stoop members and one of the most diehard Stoop members, Bandi passed away this weekend. And he's a big lover of Leeds United, always quick to call them out on their stuff, on their problems, and he will be missed not only in our chats and on all of our shows, but on many Leeds United podcasts and shows all over. He really made a friend base with our Stoop crew family. We will get into it. We've got a whole sort of memorial planned about 30 minutes into the show, leading into halftime. But for now, I just want to say
to Bandi. Cheers, man.
To Bandi.
Sad day.
Yeah. That being said, Bandi would be watching this show, and he would be remiss if we didn't have some football talk as well, especially with Leeds United having such a big weekend ahead of them. And the Premier League, as he loved to call them, Blue Manchester, taking another title away from Arsenal. He would tell me how bad he feels for me and then tell me all the reasons why Arsenal deserve to lose the league. So to you, Bandi, we're gonna gather our thoughts, do some football talk, and then we'll get back to you, and we'll give you all the love from everybody. So if you have a story about Bandi, if you have a thought for Bandi, put it in the comments. We will star those comments, and we will pop them all up when we get to Bandi's memorial section of the show, which once again will be in about 30 minutes or so. So big up to you all. I hope you all doing good. I hope Leeds United fans, you guys are getting excited. As I think David Villamartin said, Bandi will have the best seat in the house. He wanted to see it from above, so that's what he's going to do. And as I said, I just don't think his heart could take another Leeds United final day of the season to see if they get promoted or stay in the championship. But let me go ahead and bring Mark on before I sit here and cry myself. So I'm wearing black in mourning of Bandi, but I see you are wearing white in mourning of Bandi.
I am wearing white in memory of Bandi today and tomorrow, and quite possibly anytime Leeds ever plays ever again. When the news broke to me, it was there was one of shock and sadness, but then it was kind of followed by just how thankful I was to get to know, as we all did, get to know him through the show. But then also the outstanding act of kindness that he and his wife, Aquelma, is that how it's pronounced?
Aqualma.
That they showed us, when we were in London.
That's us in London.
And there we are. Woo! I'm no less bald in that photo. It's not like it was a progression thing, in my hair. But that is absolutely fantastic. It is an evening that I will never forget. I was kind of hoping that for once in this show that you would just keep talking so that I could just...
Yeah, I know. It was the first time I couldn't.
And giving all these just really kind of, sad news to everyone if you haven't heard. But Leeds better fucking win. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know... You know, if Bandi was watching right now, he would seriously go, "Get on with it. Talk about Leeds. Let's go." I want to rant about Jesse Marsh for some reason. But let's get to it, Mark. We'll get to Bandi in a minute, and we can really dig into some memories of him. But let's talk football for a moment. Manchester City won the league. Mark, do you think the proper team won the league? You think the best team won the league?
Well, I mean, there was, if there was some weird fluke and it was a 4-way tie and like someone got a penalty in the last second, then sure, it would be the wrong team won. But in a 38-game season, I just don't think that, I don't think that it's a fluke. So did the best team win? Yes, they did. Did Arsenal put forth probably one of the better seasons and not win? Absolutely. For so many, and I would include probably everybody on that pitch wearing red, felt like, oh man, where did it not happen? We know what happened last year. We know what happened the year before, but there's no this happened again, or but I mean, so many teams did well toward the end. I mean, who saw a 6th place finish for Chelsea?
Yeah.
And they finished out the same way that Arsenal and City. They won out. And they came
after losing 5-0 to Arsenal, okay? Then they won out, okay?
That is not the point.
City won out. Arsenal won out next.
Chelsea ran their last 5 matches.
And it really helped that Aston Villa and Spurs couldn't win a game to save their life in the end there.
I completely understand that.
I guess
Villa
Spurs won, but
place. Spurs gets to take their sister to the prom. But I mean, seriously, you have to give Chelsea just a little bit of credit.
You do.
To finish. I mean, 10 weeks ago they were in 14th place.
Yeah. Seriously.
I would give season-ending props to Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace.
They dropped only 2 in the last 5 games. Dropped 2 points to finish in the top 10.
I mean, look at that. That last 5 matches, you say they dropped 2 points, so they got 13 points. So going into their last 5, they had 36 points. That's like a quarter of their points there. I'm not doing the math so well, but in the last 5 games, imagine if they had any of that consistency and could do that to City.
Right. And not only that, but I mean, this was Crystal Palace couldn't score for quite a while in the earlier part of the season. I think they went 4 or 5 games without scoring under Roy Boy.
Yeah. He's bad. Yeah, listen, I mean, Arsenal went the last half of the season. We lost 1 game. We drew 1 other game. That's it. And we lost the league. Those are the margins. Those are the margins. You can complain about City being a beast, cheating bastards, whatever you want, but they still got to get out there and play football every single day, and those boys do it. Yep. And listen, when it comes down to it, on the final day of the season where you need to win, and your academy kid who is up for player of the season ahead of the monster that is Erling Haaland, who comes up clutch in every single one of their games 90 seconds in. I think it was 115 seconds in the game. Or 1 minute and 15 seconds. Yeah, I mean, that's what you do. It took Arsenal forever to win that game. We actually went behind. So it just shows you that City needs some credit. As much as I hate so much about them, and I hate Rodri, I think Rodri deserved to be in the team of the year. He should be up for best player of the year. I'm sorry, but if you're on a monstrosity of a team and the only time they lose is when you don't play,
Right.
yeah, you're the best. You're the best fucking player on the team. Sorry. Like, Phil Foden had a great year. He actually did. As much as I hate Phil Foden, I'm coming around this year. He carried them in their times of need. So,
For sure.
yeah. So I gotta give it to him. But listen, what I can take away is Arsenal. Every time when we get to Christmas time, February, around that time, when we get to where we're coming down to the tail end of the season, everyone says, City, they can rip off 15 in a row. City. Well, you know what? Arsenal did it as well. Arsenal did 18 games. We dropped 2 of them. One was a draw against City. One was a loss against a top 4 finisher. So, excuses aside, we still, if we did that on the other half of the first half of the season, you'd be talking like best team in the world ever. But City don't even do that. City take a while. They know, and I think Mikel Arteta has learned as well. Like, it can be clunky in the beginning of the season, as long as at the end it is smooth sailing and it is a machine at that point. Yes, we had the anchor. What's up to everybody? We've been missing some of these comments just because a lot of people were talking about Bandi, and we're starring those comments. We're going to get to those, but I just wanted to say hi to everybody. Anders, what's up, man? Jimmy, Bremer's Ghost, Football with Brownie, Bono, good to see all of you. BX Gunner says not a big drinker or drinker at all, but he'll crack one tonight. I love that. Conche as well. Very good to see you. Ian, Jimmy, Bremer's Ghost with a big 10-pound. Thank you very much for that, man. We really appreciate that. And he had a good idea. He asked if we're going to do a reef or something to send over. We'll talk about that. Terry, good to see you. Been forever. Good to see you on the show, Terry, as well. Hopefully you can pop on and say some words about Bandi. I know he was a big supporter of your channel as well. John Luff Garside, sorry, Mark. There's a lot more than I expected. Paul H is here, man. What happened in the Premier League this season? I'm going to stop touching, John. Good to see you, Paul H. Scooby D2 as well. I got a new brick basement. No, I'm just slowly making things better. I see, John. I see. So let's go ahead and bring in some of our guests here so we can keep talking about the Premier League. Once again, we'll be getting to Bandi's memorial on the Stoop Memorial in about 20 minutes or so. But let's go ahead and bring on Gary and Mr. Tom, partners in crime. What is going on, fellas?
Hey, gentlemen.
Hello, Lolo. Hello, Mark, Mr. Tom.
What's going on?
I'm doing good.
What is going on? We got a lot of
hello, everybody in the chat.
School returners in the chat, man. Mr. Tom, how are you, sir?
I'm a bit shocked, to be honest.
Did they surprise you with partner in crime? Because I thought we were cool like that.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Do you not call each other partners? You straight up go boyfriend with it? I was just being as PC as possible.
Not that there's anything wrong.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Anything wrong?
I'll call you whatever you want. Just let me just make sure. I'll put it down in my notes. Okay, Gary
Say what
and
you will
Tom.
about Mr. Tom, but he knows when John's going to fire out a Seinfeld reference. Things like that. In a minute, he's going to go, Utes.
Utes, yeah. And he's just, he's got that carrot eating thing on standby for Gary, just waiting for Gary to say. There you go, Steven
I haven't
Seagal.
missed anything yet. Dude, don't waste them. Don't waste them. You only get a few of those in the clip, right?
Oh no, he's just gonna reuse it over, and over, and over.
Hey there.
Well, good to see you guys. We're going to get into some great conversations about Bandi in a little bit. So let's get to the football, as Bandi would say. Get on with it, boys. So what do you guys think? Did the best team win the Premier League?
Yes.
You don't lose.
Okay, moving on from Tom. I don't like his answer. I'm just kidding. All right, Tom, explain yourself.
On grass, the best team won. The problem is, football, while it is played on grass, a lot of the outcome of what happens on grass is heavily influenced by what's going on in the boardroom. And the fact of the matter is, one team has won it 4 times. I don't think I'm inherently wrong in feeling that's kind of boring. And you're just under 50% of the way to the league becoming what Bayern Munich usually does.
Yeah.
Where the only fun you have is the one off season they have and another team being incredible. And then next year it's going to go back to Bayern Munich.
Well, they'll identify the Bayern Leverkusen players that contributed to their success, and they will just help themselves to them.
Yep.
And
well, Tom, the only difference is, at least in these past 6 titles that they've won, include the year that they lost, they've had teams right on their tails. And you had Liverpool score 90-plus points twice, I think, and didn't win the league. They had to score nearly 100 and only lose 1 game. I think they lost to Watford or something, and that's the only way they won the league. And these past 2 seasons, Arsenal taking them not quite to the wire last season, but to the final day this season, final day 2 years ago. At least there's that. There's not that in Germany generally. There's not that in a lot of these leagues that we are afraid of our league turning into.
you've made a fantastic point, which is something that I'll find myself saying very rarely when Lolo says something. But yeah, it's genuinely fantastic.
The respect you used to have for me versus now is like, it's incredible.
No, it's incredible. But, no, in all seriousness, it's a good point because they're very rarely blown away the other teams. It's very rare. But it lends itself to the thing that also makes it kind of boring, is it feels like Man City, everyone gets a 10-game head start on Man City, and then they click into gear and then basically turn around and say, oh, cool, you got 92 points. There's our 93. Have a good summer.
And it's like they've done the math in like January or something. Okay, when do we have to start playing? They're like, well, January, like 14th-ish. That's when maybe don't lose again. Okay, cool. We got it. We're on it.
It's the football equivalent of the bully holding the midget at arm's length. And, like, you can bet, like, just enough so they can't actually punch him. But only just enough. They still give the impression that you can. But you can't. And you don't.
They give you hope, right? It's like the Hunger Games. They're just giving you some hope that all things will be all right, but in reality, they're not. Doesn't matter if you win or not.
Yeah.
But No, they are a machine, right? If they need to make 90, if you push them, you say I'm making 89, they're like, all right, cool, we'll make 91. All right. That's kind of how they work. So yeah, it's disappointing in that sense, but you have to be perfect essentially, and they've shown that they can do that on the pitch. All right. And as I've said before, I think Arteta just has learned that it doesn't matter if you start fast like he did last season, or if you finish fast like he did this season. Guess what? You have to just play fast all season to beat this team. Well, they can still catch you, but at least you have a better chance. So we'll see.
I hate football.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
I like the as I think somebody else mentioned that I enjoyed the midget reference there, but I somehow pictured it as Raheem Sterling trying to hit.
That's the T-Rex.
Oh, the Pickfords.
I don't know. Pickford's arms look pretty long against Arsenal.
That's your monetization gone, by the way.
Yeah, I knew Pickford was going to try to have a game. So, Gary, did the best team win the league?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but they did. And as you said, if we can just, we're just quantifying it by what's on the pitch, all right? Who care? If we care, if we looked at how they got there, so that's the problem, right? How do they get there? How do those players get on that pitch? That's the big the $115 million question, all right? How do they get on that pitch? Because nobody else can do stuff like that. So, but yeah, no, I think the better team won. They give you opportunities, right? Just like we've watched in every game that they play, they will give the opponent an opportunity to score. Sometimes more than once, and if you don't take it, they will come back and punish you for it. We've seen it time and time again that they will give you opportunities. I mean, we've played them 3 times, and there are many chances we had to score more than one goal. But when you don't finish your dinner, guess what? They will come back and haunt you sometimes. Luckily, we have a better defense than most. But I mean, the key is take advantage of what they give you, because they give you a lot, right? I mean, I think we saw that with was it Newcastle a couple of years ago when Newcastle came out just going crazy, right? They
Gary,
they hit the limit.
don't let the carrots bother you, okay? Don't let the carrots bother you.
He's actually afraid of carrots.
I know,
You
every time
just
I see a
talk.
carrot, I just go back to that karate guy chewing carrots. And just
Gary, I
That
Karate guy.
karate guy.
I
That
love it.
karate guy.
That karate guy,
The
Russian-loving
audacity.
karate guy.
I have Gary,
Yes,
there's
sir.
a video out there of Steven Seagal doing a Taekwondo exhibition where he stood there and then 8 people surrounded him and then one by one tried and failed to attack him.
Yeah,
was
he's a
great.
bad man. Yeah.
did anyone try with a carrot?
Yes. That's the thing. You give him a carrot, he'll like all of a sudden, boom, you got him.
Okay.
I
Well,
personally,
Gary.
I just sat there like, there's 8 of you. There's 8 of you. Why are you attacking him one-on-one? It's not the plot of a movie. Pile on him. Do something.
Well,
Anyway,
Gary,
Yes,
you
sir.
can finish your thought. I will control the backstage and not allow John to
I
pull
don't
up
think
any
you have
more
that
carrots,
power. I
okay?
don't think you have that much power. I know how this thing works.
I guarantee you won't see another carrot
Go ahead,
in
Gary,
this
I'm on-
rant.
Go ahead.
But Lolo, I wish you had that power, but we all know who's in control here.
I'll do my best. I'll be clicking quick, so if he clicks it, I have to find it and take it off.
Yeah, I know.
But you will not get another carrot. Finish your thought. I have to back you up as my
No.
Arsenal buddy here.
don't
You
even-
were saying something that nobody was listening to. Finish it.
There's subliminal
Nobody was
carrots.
listening to. Yeah, I know. I think we were just talking. What were we talking about now? Now I lost my train of thought because the carrot came up.
Do
with
that
this.
noise again, Gary, please. Do the
What's that?
I thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm imagining Gary could actually play Alpha 5 in Power Rangers. Because that's the noise he makes.
Hello there.
Real thing.
Yeah.
Real thing.
No, I think you were talking about the best team winning, and I believe.
I definitely wasn't talking. You were talking.
Yeah. No. You asked the question. So.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
the best team on the pitch won, and how they got there, as I said. Yeah. But no, I don't know. I lost my train of thought. Carrots. That's all I got.
It
I'm
works
just
every
teasing
time,
you.
John.
All right, Carrot. There you
Work-
go. See?
They're his kryptonite.
And look, I'm not a liar. I said you would not get another carrot for that entire speech, and you're done. So thank you, John. That worked out for me. Okay, guys. Well, quickly, did everybody see the team of the season, the Premier League season? And I guarantee you, I know we got a lot of Leeds United fans here. We are devoting the entire second half of our show to Leeds United, all Leeds United. So we're just trying to get through all this Premier League stuff, and then we're going to hit Bandi's Memorial, and then we will be all Leeds United after the bio break. But so let's go. Team of the season. Did you guys see the final team of the season? No, that's a big
No, I think I saw it. Yes.
What are you referring to? Am I missing out on something? As I
There's a
am
Premier
prone to do?
League team.
Yeah,
They're-
the Premier League team of the. Yeah, I saw it.
Let me see if I can find the official. We were
I
doing
think it
all this
was.
other stuff.
Some people, it's blasphemy that Arsenal's center backs weren't part of that. That's one of the big things, right?
Yeah.
That's probably one of the bigger things. How?
Director John, I feel we need to
Okay.
dish out some bandings.
Yeah. Well, let me just say, out of all of the, if you guys were to have a 100% lock to be on the team of the season, who's your player that you think is 100% a lock for team of the season?
Cole Palmer,
Why?
because his team finished 6th, and without him, they probably would have finished 18th.
Okay.
It's probably
Valid
then,
point.
It's probably then Rodri then, because without Rodri, they don't win the league.
And there you go. Point proven. Rodri, somebody I would definitely have on there. Mark, who's a player that stands out for you that you would not budge on?
I would have to agree with Tom. Cole Palmer. Second in the league in goals, second in the league in assists, and without him, they don't finish in such dramatic fashion. Because as he went, so did Chelsea.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
I would have to say that is like a big surprise.
Yeah. I'm going to. There's a lot of these that are like clearly this is somebody who has to be there. I think Foden has to be there. I think Declan Rice definitely should be there. Rodri, Palmer. I don't necessarily think Haaland has to be there, but somebody that wasn't on everybody's list that I feel absolutely deserves a place is Ollie Watkins.
Yeah, I don't know what you have to do to get on that list. I mean, he pretty much did this all season. He wasn't out for any extended amount of time, right? The team, City didn't miss Haaland, right? Didn't really miss him. Like, if he didn't come back, does anybody think things would have been different?
No, he's just a different way for them to score goals.
Yeah,
it's nothing. If he's not there, they'll be fine. If he's there, it's a bonus. And the problem with me with Haaland is you look at what did he end up on, 27 goals, 20 something like that, upwards of 30. But I want to see the number of how many games did he actually score in. Because of those 30 games, if he only scored in 14 games, but he had 5 hat tricks, the one he scored 4 a few times, things like that, where to me, those hat trick games, unless it was a close game, those don't really do it for me. It's getting that winner, the winner, the early goal, the clutch goals. And yes, we're complaining about a 27-goal, 30-goal scorer. It's stupid. It's dumb. Anybody who scores that much should definitely be up there. But I just think we're doing a disservice to players like Ollie Watkins, who just happens to be a striker, and he can't get into the team of the season because there's another fucking golden-haired striker up there. Chris!
Hey, Chris, what's going on?
Can you put Watkins at left wing in your team of the season?
I think you should be able to, because
he's probably the best player
anyone
that likes to play off the left this year.
There's no rule you can't play a 4-3-3
yeah,
in team of the season.
you can't play a 4-4-3.
17 games.
I mean, the tough position.
He only scored in 17 games. He only scored in 17 games. I'm sorry, that's not enough, pal.
How many games did Watkins score in, though? Or the
Now
second
you're-
highest?
Watkins also had like 13 or 14 assists,
He got
which
the
is
most,
crazy. Huh?
Watkins got the most assists.
The
He has most
assist
assists
leader,
in the league.
and he had 20 goals, around 20 goals,
18.
18.
I think you
It's-
could have. Like, it's so hard because you could argue like 3 players at right wing, but left wing's was a little thin this year, so I'd be okay to shift Watkins out. I think he plays like enough of a left-sided forward to be on the left wing in the team of the season.
14. So there you go. 14 games he scored in.
Who?
Ollie Watkins.
Yeah,
Ollie
he had,
Watkins
like,
only scored in
I
14.
agree with my boy.
He only had like
Bandi.
2 or 3. He had like 2 or 3 hat tricks this season.
Yeah. Haaland had like 7 multi-goal games, and he had only 4. Haaland had
Yeah.
he had 7 multi-goal games, and he only
but
had.
Haaland only played for about 4 months of the season.
No, everybody's like, oh, he was. Well, 4 months of the season is a lot of the season. But,
Wait, didn't he play like 31 games?
yeah, he wasn't. He was only out for like a month, maybe.
It feels like he was out for 7.
Yeah, he started in 29. He
He was
played in
out for
31, so he missed 7 games.
He missed 7 games.
He missed 7 games.
He missed 7 games. We'll keep saying it. Big whoop.
7 games.
Chris,
I think it's hard.
who's a player that you are 100% has to be on the list?
Rodri.
Easy enough.
That's. I would say Rodri, and I think it's even. Foden won Player of the Year, but he's in the most competitive position because at that right wing you've got Saka, you got Palmer. I mean that one. Yeah, I think Rodri is the most certain because there's no number 6 better than him. The next best
And
six
he didn't make it.
6 in the league is probably like Paulinho on Fulham.
Yeah.
Like
Partey.
Foden helped them secure the win, but Rodri made sure they got the win. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how you want to describe it, but you take Rodri out, Foden's goals mean probably nothing. Right?
I think
probably
did
not as
Saliba
much.
not make it?
Saliba?
Calvin Phillips got a medal. I heard.
It depends.
Another
It depends which of the team of the seasons. I'm having a hard time. I don't guess there's no official. Where's the official?
I thought I overheard before I signed on that Gary said no Arsenal center backs made it.
No. I said both of them.
No, Saliba. Saliba usually
I-
makes
one
it.
of them-
I think both of them should have made it. That's
One
what
of
I
them
was trying to
definitely
say.
belonged.
Some other team in red. They might have got the Reds mixed up. That's why it wasn't.
Now speaking of these dumb Reds, everyone keeps putting Trent Alexander-Arnold in their team of the season. I understand that he is an incredible player. Watching him play, watching the crosses he puts in, it's incredible.
There's no great right back right now in the league that's been healthy.
You mean like not the one in North London that plays?
You mean not the one that played every single match and had more assists than Trent Alexander-Arnold, had more goals than most other defenders in the league? The one who's the most important for making Saka look good? If Ben White isn't playing, Saka has nothing? I have nothing.
Ben White
Nothing.
Ben White doesn't even make my Premier League Europa team.
Because you don't watch him. You don't watch him.
I'm
That's
sorry.
why.
There's
You
better
could plug
players.
in anyone there.
You're too busy watching.
No.
You're too busy watching
wait,
other
sorry.
European leagues. That's why.
Wait, we have to watch Premier League football to be able to talk about it. Since
That-
when?
Not on this show, Chris. Lolo, whoever made that comment,
Ben White.
Do we have a
I'm
link
telling you.
we're using for this these
No
top
world
players
is Ben White a better player
you know,
than Trent
the
Alexander-Arnold.
top team?
We didn't say better player. We said it was the team of the year player, and he was this
Yeah,
season.
Where
Like if you're gonna call it what it is, it's team of the season, right? This season, he was one of the best. He was.
If I have to pick like a traditional right back, I'm gonna put like Pedro Porro then.
Now you just
to piss you
doing that
guys
just to solve. You're just poking the bear. That's all you're doing there. I know it. That's why he brought his name up. Yeah, could have picked anybody else. You had to pick. Why do you pick him? Pick somebody else. Just to,
He's a good right back.
The season was crap.
I would probably go with Trippier, but he was injured too much this season.
No, what? You're only saying that because he's a name. Yeah, maybe if he played every
Oh, and
single match.
Ben Not So White isn't a name.
that is not his name.
Mark, you
Right.
literally just picked a right back that used to be good out of your hat and said, well, I go for him. Yeah, last year maybe, but this year he's done fuck all, and he's actually yelled at
This is
fans.
a man that likes to talk. Anybody that will listen to him
God damn it! You used it on me. We were supposed to use that on Gary.
I got
said
carrots, man.
that He was injured far too much.
So
Why'd
he
you
cannot
bring
be.
him up? So he
And
can't be on the list.
that's why He's not. But
No, why'd you bring him up then?
because I think he's a better right back than Ben White.
No, he's not, because you just said he wasn't available, and you have to be available.
43 matches versus 29. Oh, there's not a right back that plays all the time. 4 goals, 5 to 7. Now, this is all competitions. Ben White had more assists in the league. No hat tricks, these slouch of right backs. But, yeah, comparable. Yet he played 43 matches. I mean, just to say that the England narrative of Ben White, because he doesn't play... He doesn't want to be involved with the shit show that is Gareth Southgate. Yeah.
See, now you just now I see what you know what you just did, right? Look at
Open a
Mr.
can of
Thompson's
worms.
face. Yeah. As my partner is really not into this Ben White Southgate kind of conflict.
I couldn't care less about Southgate and Ben Shite or whatever went on.
Yeah,
in
see,
that.
yeah.
Like, I don't watch football. And
Kyle Walker-Peters.
It's okay.
Kyle Walker-Peters, for sure.
Sorry,
Wow.
For sure.
Yeah, you just yeah, whatever.
Yeah. I would put Pedro Porro over Trent this season. Trent did not have a great season. Sorry, he didn't. He is incredible. He didn't have an incredible season.
I think he had a pretty good season. He played in midfield a lot this year too.
So he should not be picked for right back.
Yeah, I think Diego Dallo's a better right back than Ben White.
Oh no.
Not considering Calvin Phillips for this.
No.
Who's that? Does he actually play football?
He got a medal. He got more medals than any Arsenal player got this year.
Calvin Phillips has 2 Premier League trophies, 2 Premier League medals, and he's played the exact bare minimum of matches. He touched the pitch at 97 minutes 5 times.
I'm convinced they changed the rules for him, even though it's probably not true. Because it used to be 10 games, it's now 5.
And he won Player of the Season for City and West Ham this year.
Yep.
Incredible. Fan voted, of course.
Those 5 matches he played for Man City, he was sublime. I'll tell you now.
Wait.
Oh
He
my
got
God.
voted what?
He got voted West Ham's Player of the Season by the fan votes.
If you have like an IP address coming from Leeds, you shouldn't be able to vote in these things.
Yeah, he got Player of the Season for them last year for City.
I agree with those rules wholeheartedly because they still wouldn't stop me from voting.
I love it.
City is the only thing that can save Paqueta now.
Oh my God. Yes, come to our team. It won't matter. We'll just pile it on. Exactly, Miss Molina. Just add another charge.
Pile. Was it just
What?
Just one charge, or does he have multiple?
He's got 1 charge on like 6 counts, I think, however my fake legal mind can
Then he gets
explain
books
it.
against Leeds and they're trying to say he did it on purpose for betting purposes.
But did you say the background behind all of that though, right? The town that he's from, they all bet on it. Extremely high bets on a yellow card being occurred, and like suppose if you look at the yellow card, he basically was begging for it essentially.
It's true.
Right?
Yeah,
so,
I saw one in like the 97th minute, and it was like a jump ball, and he just rams the guy.
Then I think we need to go see if Granit Xhaka has any gambling accounts we don't know about.
What is up with you, dude? Dirty
He's
Chris.
still mad. He's still mad that I posted a picture of an elephant in a tree, and he's thinking that I'm saying the elephant's gonna live in the tree forever, and I'm like, the tree's gonna fucking break, Chris. That's the joke. And it happened, Chris. And I'm still mad at you. Don't sit in the dark with your little smile on. You're the fucking bastard that gave me hope. I had no hope of winning the league, and I was fine with it. But you say, 4 games to play. Arsenal's gonna win. City's got 4 games to play. They have to fucking lose. And I'm like, this guy knows more about shitty football teams than I know about my football team. So this is the smartest football dude I know. He knows.
I was just playing the long game for your pain.
Yeah, fuck off. I'm coming to your house tomorrow. Just remember, I'm gonna shit on your couch. That's my couch. That's my couch.
This is gonna wake up in the morning and like sit down and go, what just happened?
He's like, baby, one of the girls shut up. That is a big shit.
I don't know, man. Joe's got
Shit.
some big shits. They're bigger than adult shit, so it could be her.
And I'll just be sitting down and going, fucking weird, man. I've been here all night. I don't know when that fucking happened. Is the Leeds match on? They play tomorrow, right? Somebody plays tomorrow, Chris, right?
Sunday.
So I-
It's the championship final and the FA Cup, right?
Leeds play Sunday, right?
Oh, is it Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh,
something's tomorrow, right? The FA Cup? No, the...
Yeah, FA Cup's
I think
tomorrow morning.
The FA Cup's
FA
tomorrow
Cup
morning.
tomorrow, championship.
And
Sunday.
is the
Leverkusen
Champions
also
League
plays
final
tomorrow.
on Sunday?
Champions League
Champions
final is
League
usually
final.
after everything.
It's a week.
No, Champions
It's
League
next
final
week.
will be next Saturday, I suspect.
Oh.
Next Saturday.
I was like really excited. I thought it was this week.
No, they've got to do the Conference League final on Wednesday, I think.
Anybody think Leverkusen's gonna, as they say, do the bed? I can't say that word. It's a bed. Yeah.
Nah.
You think they'll win it?
No, they should win that, no problem. Atalanta was kind of the perfect team to go up against them, though, because they did exactly what they did to Liverpool, which was like, I don't care that you're better than us. We are not going to stop running at you, committing fouls, whatever. But Leverkusen was like, leave us alone. Let us kick the ball. And
I
it was
still
beautiful.
think it blows me away. Gasparini is one of the 5 best coaches in Europe. You never hear his name for anything. Like he is. It's basically like the 3rd team that he's coached there with how many people they've lost. He's just incredible. But
Yeah.
no one. We're gonna fucking Bayern Munich hired Vincent Kompany.
That is crazy.
Talking about
Might as well
failing,
hire Daniel
talking
Parker.
about
Daniel
failing
Parker's
upwards.
been the-
Failing upwards. How do you do that? How do you do that? He failed upwards, dude. That's usually you always hear about that story. But look,
I think he'll be a good coach. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
The way they played in the championship, he's a good coach. But like that
What's up,
Bayern
Ben?
Munich,
Kevin? Yeah, I'm surprised that Chelsea didn't immediately get on the horn with him going, so, Vincent Kompany, we love what you've done. We don't know anything about you. Where did you coach last season? We're very interested in you. Because Bayern Munich is interested in them. Now they're going to get them.
No,
Get him.
Copy what Arsenal does.
Yeah, we should have been like, oh, we're looking at Vincent Kompany. To replace Partey, maybe. I'd take him. He's probably still fit.
you can play more than like 4 matches, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all he needs to play to stay on par with Partey. Well, fellas, we're about to move on to our next section of the show. Is there anything else that you all want to say about the Premier League this season? Anything about a team, a player, a manager, anything?
Yeah, it was shit.
Fantastic. Well
I think the
done.
league should go to 16 teams. That's what I think.
See that? You don't want Mr. Tom happy. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, they could still get promoted in. I just look at that table. Those bottom 4 teams. I guess Forest has how many points did they get deducted? 4?
I think it says about the sad state of football in England that the reality was very few managers actually got sacked mid-season this season, around the time where teams actually get worried about relegation, and didn't happen really this year because they all looked at the table and thought, well, even with points deductions, it's still the same 3.
Right.
I think that tells you everything you need to know.
When Everton has the same number of points as the bottom two teams, and they got deducted, that right there, as you say, speaks loud. Speaks words.
I mean, Sheffield United's goal differential is only 1 goal better than the next 2 teams combined. Like, that's got to be that. I think that's worse than the Derby County season where they got.
No, that's historically bad for a reason, Chris.
Yeah.
They won 1 game.
They drew
in
8.
September. They
Yeah,
won a
Aston
game
Villa
against
did well.
Newcastle in September, and then didn't win again for a year.
Who were you most disappointed? What team were you most disappointed in this year?
Everton, because they survived.
Okay.
Can we see the top half of the table, John? I would say that I was most disappointed.
Brighton?
Probably Man City. I mean, if you're gonna win it, fucking win it. Don't we're gonna play West Ham on the end, and maybe we're gonna just fucking win it. Put us a.
So what? So City toyed with Arsenal like a mouse, and just was like,
Stop touching it. Just fucking put it in your mouth.
It's like the cat with the little light, you just shine it on the wall.
Exactly.
Like,
That's not PG.
Yeah.
I'm blown away that Chelsea finished in 6th. Like,
Yeah. You know what it angers me the most? That right there is that them finishing 6th place put a fucking quarter in Najee, and he is on a rampage on our WhatsApp. I should just show everybody everything that he said, because he won't stop. He will not stop. And anything you say bad, just like any stupid fucking Chelsea fan, anything you say that might have a point, he'll just post
Worry
a
about
picture
your own
of some
team.
Champions League trophies.
worry about your own team.
Yeah. And he's like, you could have Kai Havertz. He's going to be terrible now. We've seen it before. And I'm like, well, he's never scored that many goals for you. Yeah, but he scored one that was important. I'm like, that's not the same. It's not the same.
Ask him to talk about his team before 2003.
They did not exist. It's so infuriating.
I mean,
All right,
Kai
boys,
is the
any-
most improved player from first half to second half.
Okay, most improved player from first half to second half.
Yeah.
Nicholas
Who were you
Jackson.
saying?
Kai. I'm just saying,
Kai.
between the first half of the season and the second half of the season, he became pretty inevitable.
Yeah. And I think that was down to instilling confidence in him day after day after day after day, and then also finding his right slot, which is not quite an up-front striker and not quite a false 9 and not quite a midfielder. It's this it's job well done with Mikel Arteta making that work, forcing that one on us. Guys, best bet, most improved player from the first half of the season to the
Nicholas
second.
Jackson.
Anyone in a Crystal Palace jersey?
Anyone?
Oh,
Anyone in a-
No,
They
Jean-
scored
Jean-
how many goals?
you should say that Roy Hodgson fella. He looks so much younger by the end of the season.
he did.
I'm excited to see them next year. I hope,
Benjamin
I,
Button.
I hope they can keep everyone for one more season, but I doubt it.
They won't, man. Eze and Elise have been hanging on by shoestrings. I don't know how they both stayed there last year.
But here's the thing: are they lucky? Is it just lucky, or are they going to go back to normal, be injured, and all of that out of the season? Because that's basically been the Achilles heel for them, right? They just can't stay healthy. Finally, stay healthy for a long period of time. You see what they got, but we don't
the
see
thing
that.
is,
Like the first time we saw Eze, right? We saw Eze. Everybody's like, he looks really good, and then what happened? Like a month later, the man couldn't get on the pitch anymore. He was too busy, and the train is off, on the table basically. So, that's the issue you're gonna have to deal with for me, anyways. Is it just a blip, or are they officially back?
I mean, here's the
I
thing
think
you got to
it's-
remember. Remember how many years Zaha tried to leave every season and they didn't let him go? Like, are they going to be really stubborn? Like, I kind of hope so, at least for another year. Just
Yeah.
Because I think they could finish top 6 with that manager, with that defensive midfielder they got from Blackburn and those attackers.
Yeah, I would take this moment in time where Man United are, who knows what the fuck is going on there. Chelsea, okay, maybe they start off the season great, or maybe they're still a little fucked up. Who's their manager? Spurs still kind of just being Spursy. Aston Villa did really well, but we saw what happened at the end of the season. They beat us, and then they were done. They were like, we're done, and lost to fucking everybody else. Newcastle, what are they doing? So Crystal Palace, if they could keep their core right now, they were playing some deadly football. We were watching the final day, Mark, going, they scored again. Fucking scored again.
Yep.
Scored
Crystal
again.
Palace averaged 3 goals a game in their final 8 matches.
Mark the stats guy, everybody.
I know. I just saw that.
You're watching something else during the show?
Absolutely.
Erling Haaland scored 3 goals a game in his last 8 matches.
Chris's stats have gone downhill.
Yeah.
I would check some of those.
Bowen,
Bowen's a good shout. But Bowen had another one who had
this year though.
Yeah. He had decent numbers, but he went missing for a lot of the season. And poor guy's
He's really good on the right wing of a certain team in Liverpool that wears red.
No, send him to like Napoli, man, or somewhere where he can just destroy people. No? Chris, you know all these teams? I just named a city. I don't even know any other football teams.
All right. No, well, maybe Napoli last season, not this season.
Well, they need him now.
Yeah.
Especially if Arsenal get Osimhen.
Oh, God.
Osimhen. No?
Osimhen.
I thought I read Chelsea might be the favorite, which would be the end of his career. But
why would anyone go to Chelsea now?
Why would you go to someone that doesn't even have a manager yet? You don't even know how they're going to play.
Yeah. That poor kid who signed for Tottenham. I think it was Porro, actually, and then tweeted out, I'm so incredibly excited. I've always wanted to sign for Tottenham. It's the only club I've ever wanted to. And I was like, oh, dude.
That's a lie.
Raise your levels, man.
That's a lie. There's no way. There's nobody in the history of football that's ever said that.
I'm all about telling your kid, like, look, anyone can be whatever they want to be, but you can't sing, so you're not going to sing. You can't dance, you're not going to be a dancer. So set the bar, like, realistic. So maybe that's what he did, but come on. He could pick West Ham or somebody. Like, fuck. Yeah, Tottenham fucking sucks. All right, fellas, we're going to leave this Premier League conversation unless anybody has anything else to... No?
Tom's got about an hour's worth of material on the Premier League. Go on, Mr. Tom.
No, his hour is coming up. We've got the Mr. Tom hour for the second half of the show. Second half of the show, everybody, we're going to get into Leeds United and their chances of gaining promotion, winning promotion through the playoff championship in the championship playoff.
You'll put a smile on that and wee man's face, right?
That wasn't in the contract for tonight.
It's what we're doing, Tom. None of us know anything about Leeds, and we've got like 60 fucking Leeds fans in here. So, but it is now time, everybody. We're getting close to the halftime point in our show where we like to take a little break. But first, we wanted to take a moment and remember our good friend Bandi Fornowski. So guys, I'm just gonna make myself a little bit bigger here. I will kick this off. Bandi Fornowski was a longtime Stoop crew member, and if you don't know what Stoop crew members are, they are members of our channel that paid at some point to become members and maybe couldn't pay anymore and maybe jump back in and start paying again. It's not the paying that matters to us. The Stoop crew members are the members who show up every Friday. They show up on our streams. They tell us what they love about our show, and they're also not afraid to tell us what we could do better and when they expect more from us. And that is the epitome of Bandi to us. The amount of emails that I would get from Bandi all the time, ever since he found my email through our website, and he's like, I got this motherfucker. He started sending me emails anytime. Great show, Lolo. That's it. Next one. Great show, Lolo, but here's what I think you guys need to be doing. Great show, Lolo. I think you can do more. Things like that from some guy across the world who just happens to be watching our show is mind-blowing. And I didn't know the effect of this silly little show that we do, and you guys on the show, you might not realize it either until you're in a situation like Mark and I were in 2 years ago when we went to London to see the North London Derby, and then we went to Leeds to watch Aston Villa. And on like our last day, I said to Mark, we were at a pub, and I was like, we have to get in touch with Bandi. We have to get in touch with him. We got to see him. So I text him, I send him a message and say, come to this bar, come to this bar, come to this bar, come to this bar. We're not going to make it out to your house. I'm sorry. Come to this bar, meet us, we'll have a drink, and that's that. He sent me an email that hurt my soul, and I read it to Mark, and Mark immediately said, we need to get in a cab and go there now. Because he told me how disappointed he was. Not that he was disappointed in me, but how gutted he was that we weren't going to get to see each other, because he had an infection, a disease that would not let him leave the house. He couldn't breathe well enough to leave the house even a few years ago. So we didn't understand that. Mark and I didn't know that. So we were like, but he told us how absolutely gutted he was that we were this close and he wasn't going to get to meet us. Mark and I are not famous by any means. That moment right there was the little bit of fame that we have, Mark. We owe this to our longtime supporter that is right here. His wife got in a car and came and picked us up, drove us to his house, their house. She made us dinner, Aquama. Made us dinner, and you guys have seen the rest of that story with the Naked Attractions, where we watch Naked Attractions. And then we end up hanging out with Bandi in his crazy room that we've seen anytime he's popped on the show. And Mark can back me up on this. The amount of times he was so thankful that we were there, and we felt like superstars. But then by the end, he was going, this is what you need to do. This is where you can be better. This is where you can be better. And but I'm going to let everybody else talk, but I just wanted to say to you, Bandi, you made this show better, and you made me better as a football fan, as a football supporter, and as a content creator. And you're going to be deeply missed. And I've been going through your videos all day, getting clips. And I really thought you were going to be on the show today. Probably shouldn't have spent all day doing that, but I had a really tough acknowledgement right before the show that you're not going to be here. So you're going to be missed, my friend. And so now I'm going to collect myself for a minute, and we'll be right back as we watch this little clip of Bandi. In case you don't know who I'm talking about, this clip right here will sum him up for you. So enjoy. And I'm going to bring in a special guest. He's pissed off at Leeds United, but the motherfucker is rocking his kit and his on the stoop hat. Bandi Fornowski.
Bandi, go easy. All right, man. I hope you guys are all right.
No, go for it.
We're here on a Friday night. We're here with the Stoop crew. This makes me happy. This reinvigorates me.
Well, you know, I'm here drinking rum because, listen, the amount of arguments I've had with Leeds fans this week, and it's all been about this Jesse Marsh. You know, that man, I mean, my God, I ask my wife, she's got more sense than this man. The things that he has come out with, he is tying the players' hands behind their backs, right? So I have notes because I lose my train of thought so easily. Another thing, that was it.
You lost
Marsh
your
is
train of thought already.
sorry.
Go on, Bandi.
Yeah,
Go,
very
Bandi.
easily, very easily. So this is a man that likes to talk. Anybody that will listen to him, Sky Sports, Talk Sports, BT Sports, anybody that will listen to him, and we've heard him say on many occasions that he wants more aggression from the players.
It's like any teams at the halfway line before we even engage in closing them down. There is no threat.
Listen, Ben, right? You remember when we lost Bielsa and Marsh came in and the Stoop had a show and invited a few of us on to talk about our feelings. What did I say? I said, well, the onlyest thing, because I was so upset to lose Bielsa, I said the only thing really is that Marsh may come in and play 2 center forwards and be aggressive in that way. But we've not seen that. We don't get over the halfway line. He was so glad to come to Leeds, right? He's so glad because he could have gone anywhere else. So many different jobs he could have had. He said he could have been the USA national team coach. What a prune-faced punk rocker. What a prune-faced punk rocker. You can put whatever you like aside, Ben. I will not.
No, I get it.
No, Ben. The man talk a good fight. I'm thinking to myself, is there something wrong with me? I'm watching the games and I can see the flaws and yet I don't hear no noise from the fans. Is there something wrong with me? And I'm saying, what foolishness is this? Listen to this, right? Look, there's an apple tree, right? The best apples are at the top. Now, you can get a stick and throw the stick at the apples at the bottom, or you can climb to try and get the apples that you could reach. But they all got maggots in them. They're rubbish. The best apples are at the top.
That you go higher, yeah.
The best apples are at the top. As you said, Ben, you set your goals higher. So you might not get the apples at the top, but you're going to get something. You're going to get something better than the maggoty ones at the bottom.
Hold on, Bandi.
I'm sorry.
Do you have notes?
Yes.
He's like, next slide, please. Next slide.
Exactly. People were saying
for about 150 an hour, my wife can put that into a PowerPoint.
Bandi.
Exactly. My wife can do that too. That's what she does. Now,
because we didn't pay the money.
Because we didn't pay the money.
Ben. Yes, Ben. We wouldn't pay the kiss me ass money. Right? Yes, Lolo, you have to write something for that. Pay the kiss me ass money. Right? And that's what happened. You can't blame Bielsa for that.
Yeah, that's our man right there. That's our man. Y'all remember that? Mark, I think you're muted.
Very vividly. I remember that so much more.
All right, so I'll let you take over if any of you wants to say anything.
Well, I think you pretty much covered it and said it best. And I think the only thing that I would add is that, we've created a program, where we can, bring people in and talk about football. And, I think the most amazing thing that has come out of this is that a bunch of people from around who have a small common interest have all kind of come together and become friends. And, that has this kind of, you don't really think about it. It's just kind of like this kind of almost like an immortal quality to it, because there is like this archive base and it all kind of lives forever in the digital sphere. And so when a part of that community is lost, it really kind of hits, because it's almost what we created is almost improbable. It just sometimes it feels that way, and it feels so precious and so lucky. And so, all of us that come together and help us, put together this show and talk about football, it kind of allows itself to create this like really beautiful organic thing. And a small part of that is going to be missed.
Yeah. Absolutely. We have Ben Ireland, who's a longtime Stoop crew member and supporter of the channel as well, and knows Bandi very well. And Bandi did some work for Tom and Ben's show. He sent in he wasn't able to make it tonight, but he sent in something that I'm going to read for him that he wanted to be read. Firstly, I'd like to offer my condolences to Aqualma and Bandi's family and friends. Well, Bandi, where do I start, man? I'm still in a bit of shock. I only knew you for a short while, but you certainly made an impact on me in that time, and I will cherish it forever. You were thoughtful, kind, generous, and an overall warm person. Oh, and you could argue your point. I'm going to miss your rants, my friend. Tom and I will be eternally grateful for the content you made for our channel, and that bit of your legacy will remain out there forevermore. Sleep well, my friend. You will be missed, but not forgotten. I hope Leeds bring it home for you on Sunday. Marching on together. Ben Ireland.
No, Glenn. No, Ben. No, Glenn. No, Ben.
And for that, Ben
win on Sunday.
Ben now has an immortalized little gift that we will be using anytime he talks on the show, and I've shared it with Tom to use on his show. Anytime Ben says something you don't like,
no, Glenn. No, Ben.
Who's this Ben guy you're all talking about?
Rasta.
I now only know Glenn.
Glenn.
B-L-E-N. That's how it sounded. He's now Glenn.
I know.
Glenn.
Yeah, it did sound like Glenn. No Ben. No Glenn.
I had to look for it because I noticed it many times. The message that Bandi would leave for me. It's the delectable Gary, basically.
Delectable Gary.
So that would stand out in the chats, and I did get to chat with him once. I think one time after the show, and just as entertaining as he was in that show, he was entertaining in the back room as well. So yeah, definitely gonna be missed. Sorry I didn't get to see him when I was there in England, but yeah. But like you said, this show brings people closer together. So I've met some really good friends that I call good friends anyways from it, and that's kind of what it's all about, right? This world is DWTT stands for Don't Waste the Trip, and the trip is basically the time we got here. So don't waste it, because you never know when it's gone.
Are any of those friends on the show now?
I'm still looking.
Are any of them Spurs fans? No.
Oof! Wow! No. Yes, they're all here. They're all here with me. So yes, no, but yeah, like I said, that's what DWTT stands for. And that's one of those things. Some of the stuff that you're mentioning that's epitomizes it to the T. Basically, doing things for to your friends and all of that. So yeah, it was good. Like I said, being able to chat with him for a little bit behind the scenes, and looking out for noticing his message to me when he was in the chat. So yeah.
Well, football is was the most important of the least important things, because of the kind of the community that it brings together. He's forever part of that community, and he was so good-natured, and even when he was arguing, he had a smile, almost as a reminder to not take everything too seriously, even if you're trying to make a serious point. So that's kind of the way that I think about him, and condolences definitely to his wife, his family, his friends. He'll definitely be missed here. And he also, I think we got to play that. We got to play that bit.
Which one?
Although I don't know, it might demonetize the show.
Didn't spend the money.
Didn't spend the money. Yeah, because it's the only thing where there's a vocal sample of my voice.
Well, Chris, and to anyone who gave us some super chats today, we're gonna go ahead and get demonetized for this one, so you'll get your cash back to you. We much appreciate it, Jimmy and everybody else. But to Bandi, we love you, my man. Aquama, we love you. Our hearts go out to you, and I'll see you when I go to London. We're gonna meet up for a coffee or something. Just so I can give you my love in person. We're gonna clip this part out of the show as well and send it to her to show her that. But Chris, you asked for it, so now we're going to play a video that Bandi made for us.
Fucking classic.
The Pay the Money, I think it was called, something like that, John, right? So go ahead and listen to this. This is Bandi was a music producer as well, and he started clipping together some videos and things like that. But he made this for us, and so we're gonna play that for y'all. So this is about a 3-minute video. So we'll be back in 3 and listen to this from Bandi. And one more time, fellas, big cheers if you got them.
Empty-handed. You don't know that though.
Cheers. All right. Welcome back to the Stoop football fans. It's your boy Lolo. I got Mark. I got the Stoop. I got the Sunshine. And we have also got... Pay the money now, cause you can't take it with you. Pay the money now, cause you can't take it with you. Pay the money now, cause you can't take it with you.
Gotta spend the money. Money.
James, I have a question.
Money.
Sure.
Money.
You had said in one of our previous episodes that if it's not Leeds, you don't watch anything.
I'm glad to see Leeds doing business, Leeds doing business, Leeds doing business.
Gotta spend the money.
So, Bandi, why are you so pissed off at Jesse Marsh then, man?
Listen, the man is a fish-eyed fool.
Why are you guys gonna spend so much on Brandon Aronson?
I asked my wife, she's got more sense.
That is hysterical.
Gotta spend the money. Gotta spend the money.
I didn't follow football back then because I didn't have the money.
But we have never seen him do anything like what he did the other day. He wouldn't have done what he did to Grealish and crossed himself. That is a directive.
Gotta spend the money.
You gotta earn your spot, man. I mean, this is big boy football.
I've run out of emotions for this season.
Only gentlemen in the world game.
Pay the money now, cause you can't take it with you. Pay the money now, cause you can't take it with you. Pay the money now, cause you can't take it with you.
Gotta spend the money.
Everybody's talking about the new manager, but for me, I'm sorry, that's like putting a dog down and buying a new puppy on the same day.
A lot of fans have said he should have been given until the summer. He's earned the right to try and keep us up in a lot of people's views.
Gotta spend the money.
Pay the money now, cause you can't take it with you. Pay the money now, cause you can't take it with you. Pay the money now, cause you can't take it with you. Pay the money now, cause you can't take it with you. Pay the money now, cause you can't take it with you. Pay the money now, cause you can't take it with you.
Gotta spend the money.
Conor Garrett, Rodrigo De Paul, Lewis O'Brien, Yangel Herrera, Florian Greenwich, Brendan Aronson, Darryl Deacon, Arthur Capriel, Mikel Damsgaard,
Gotta spend the money. Gotta spend the money.
Because we didn't pay the money. Yes, man. We wouldn't pay the kiss me ass money.
I think he sent you the list.
Everybody had the list. Everybody, but nobody seen the money.
Pay it now.
What
I forgot about that part. I forgot about that part.
Get my beer out at the end of that one.
One of our very, very first episodes, I think that was in response to
Salah.
Mo Salah scored a hat trick and he took his shirt off at the end. And Lolo was expressing his excitement for a hat trick by Mo Salah.
All I can say is the tackle on Grealish.
Beautiful.
Wonderful. Yes.
Beautiful. Well, much love to our friend. And you're immortalized in you were immortalized in more ways than one. With our little gifts that we will be using on Gary all the time, and anytime Ben pops up on the show. And I'm sure John is going to be using this guy likes to talk one over and over and over.
This is a man that likes to talk. Anybody that will listen to him.
Hey, okay. And we have a very, very, very special guest popping on the show, so everybody give her a warm welcome to Bandi's love on this earth, Aqualma. Hello, Aqualma.
Hi, guys.
Hey, baby.
So honored to be here, and I want to thank you all for honoring my husband, Bandi Fanoski, and I want to tell you off too, because many nights you kept him away from me. To do shows on late. He's online, and I'm saying, when are you coming to bed? And he's going, I'm on the stoop. And I'm like, come to bed. So I want to thank you all for being his friends and for keeping him company. He loved you all. He was very, very, very into Leeds and you guys. And I really want to honor you. Unfortunately, he left us on Saturday, the 18th. He was laughing and joking in the morning. We were cracking up about putting sugar on sugar puffs. He's going, of course, you've got to have sugar on sugar puffs. And we were laughing. And then 2 hours later, he was gasping for breath and he found it difficult to breathe. He knew he was dying. He said, I'm dying. And 10, 15 minutes later, indeed, he had died. And we knew he was ill, but we didn't expect him to go so suddenly. And he will, of course, be missed. And I just want to thank you for being there for him, because he couldn't go out in the last year or 2-3 years. So you were his lifeline. You were his community. You were his friends. You were what kept him breathing and living. And you did more for him than you know. And for that, I am truly, truly grateful. And I want to honor you. Of course, it was only last weekend. So, hey, I'm feeling very shaky and very distressed. But I do want to remember when you guys came round, Lolo. Yes, you and Mark came round to the house. You rang up and you said, we're busy. Something's come up. We're really tired. We don't think we can make it. And, Bandi was like, what? They're not coming? I said, darling, I'm going to go get them. They're coming.
It's true.
And I drove to King's Cross.
True.
Yeah, and there you were, and you recognized me in the car. God knows how. There she is, you said, as I drove up. And you came round, you had a meal, you watched a very strange TV show.
It was a fantastic time, and definitely a memorable highlight of a very heart-filling weekend or long weekend, however long we were there for.
That's right. It was so nice. And I thank you for that. We still talk about the stories of it. Really, really appreciate you. So I just want to be here. If anybody wants to ask me anything or find out anything more before I go, anything you want to know about Bandi?
I think he has that perfect little spot in my life. That's what I want to know. It's just those memories, for sure. Anyone?
I am so sorry, Aqualma. My internet decided to crap out as soon as you popped on.
Oh wow!
So unfortunately, I've been trying to refresh and things like that so I could hear you, and everything's been. So I missed that, but I'm gonna go back and re-listen to it.
Yeah.
But it's so good to see your face again.
Yeah, thank you.
And our hearts go out to you, and much love, and as we've already stated on the show, like. You don't know how people are going to come into your life, and you don't know what they're going to mean to you. And Mark and I didn't understand what we meant to him and inherently to you.
Yes, precious.
until you picked us up in a random bar in the middle of London.
Yes.
And took us to your house and made us dinner and everything, and just that I wish we could be there with you to give you a hug right now. So
God bless. Thank you so much. Well, the funeral is going to be on June the 19th. Will be the funeral, and I'm sure we can try and do some streaming so you guys can be there, because you're precious to him. You're a very big part of his life. I've sent you a link to his daughter Aveline so she can see you guys as well. He only had one daughter, so I want to thank you for what you meant to him and the joy you brought to his life. And I'm going to leave you guys to it. And I'm going to go to bed like I usually do and say, what are you doing? I'm on the stoop. But I'm going to go to bed. I bless you. I thank you. And I wish you all the best. And yeah, I'm here in London. Keep in touch. If you're ever here, pop in.
We love you.
Yeah.
Will
and if
do.
you come to Carnival, pop in and see us. Yes?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right,
absolutely.
God
Thank
bless.
you so much for joining
Thank you all.
us.
Take care. Seriously appreciate
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
So, can y'all just join in on a little chant for Bandi? Super simple. Y'all know the words. It's he's one of our own. So if we could just, here we go.
Are we saying Bandi Fornowski?
Bandi Fornowski.
Okay. He's
one of our own.
He's one of our own. I'm hearing all these echoes. Bandi Fornowski. He's one of our own. He's one of our own. He's one of our own. Bandi Fornowski. He's one of our own.
He would have been the first to say how shit that was, by the way.
That was terrible. That was terrible.
But,
well, I think he would also be the one that if we held a moment of silence, he would be the one talking through it.
Yeah, absolutely.
He would have thrown a synth over that, and it would have sounded better.
Yeah.
By the time he finished, it would have been.
He's already mixed it 5 different ways.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. There you go.
no,
Jimmy got us.
I've one thing to say about him that it's going around in my head like all day. Like when you say something, what are you going to say? Because it's not often. It's surreal, right? It's surreal when someone you know dies. I don't have to say that any more bluntly. It's this weird feeling of knowing you're never going to see that person again in any form, whether it's just internet or whatever, or that person's name's not going to come up on your phone. Like, for example, like Lolo was saying about emails, I've got him, I don't know if it shows up, but his name is there a lot. That's for the we all love Leeds. You should see what he sent me over the fucking wrestling. And he fucking hates it. He was the first, he would openly go like, Tom, I've got no time for it. But then I'd be like, but you got time to send me a fucking dossier of critique over it though, haven't you? But then, sorry, pardon my language, probably shouldn't swear in a poorly thought out eulogy sort of thing. But
he would have.
That's laying out the context for the fact that he hates it. But he's still off his own back. I got an email from him one day. I hadn't heard from him for a while. Got an email from him one day that literally just went, oh, here you go, Tom. Here's an intro video for your show. I was like, wait, what? The first thing I did was, Ben, we got an intro video of show. Ben was like, oh, yeah, I said something to Bandi about it. And then he left it with him. But then I got full intro video, stuff like this. Then me and him, I'm bluntly honest, then I had a debate with him about the use of Michael Buffer. But anyway, cut a long story short, I mean, I'm still me, despite Bandi being Bandi. And he would be the first to say, Tom, if there's something you don't like about it, then tell me. So I went, why you put Michael Buffer in it? You trying to get me sued? But anyway, I've currently not been sued by Michael Buffer.
So Tom, you think you had a bunch of emails. He doubled those emails to me saying, Tom doesn't know what he's doing. He should be doing this.
Yeah. And knowing Bandi, he didn't cut and paste like the email that he sent Tom. He wrote a whole new email to John laying it out. No, but honestly, like the emails that I have.
I still don't.
Tom, I got emails from him saying that we do know what we're doing. We're just not doing it.
Right. He always wanted it better.
Yeah, yeah, and
that was the point with Tom. Like he was like, Tom, yeah, what you're doing is good, but it could be so much better if you do it this way or this way or do it like that.
And my problem was after reading the email, it's like he's not wrong. He's like, what do I say? He's not wrong, but.
And I think he realized
he was wrong though. I'll tell him if he was wrong.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We'd have a conversation over it. Like I wasn't gonna lie to him, but we had conversation over it. And I'll put it this way: my last interaction with him was very civil, for example. So it's not like I'm living regretfully over my interactions with Bandi. But the reality is that I admire his honesty. I admire the fact that he went out of his way to do something for me that I never even in wildest dreams would have asked him to do because I didn't think he'd have any interest in it. But it turns out he just loves making things and it doesn't matter what of.
Yep, we have about 100 gifts that he made for us too.
He had skills.
And he wanted everything to be the best that it could be. But then I think he realized that, okay, people have other jobs and we're doing this not for money. So he kind of scaled back on the critique of everything, I think. Because, I mean, if you want to do a really good show, you have to devote your whole life to it. But, people have other jobs that actually you get paid.
That's why we're all quitting tonight.
That's why this is our last show.
We're all quitting our jobs tonight.
And we're
Bandi's. The only reason we kept doing happy hour was because Bandi would send me an email if we didn't, and so we're done now, I guess.
I'd just like to say one more thing about him, which it was well known that me and him would go head to head on our takes on Leeds, as in I affectionately, in hindsight, nicknamed him Bad Take Bandi because of the fact that he would make some of the most absurd Leeds takes you'd ever hear. My personal favourite, which I still remember nearly 4 years after he wrote it, was after we finished 9th, he went, "We're going to finish in Europe this year," to which I was like, "Bandi, I'll take 17th. I think you're getting a bit," but that was him all over. Like you said, wants more and more and more, and he doesn't see why he can't get it. But also,
because you're going for that low-hanging fruit, like he said. You're going for the rotten fruit.
It's more fun to want to finish 4th than it is to finish 17th.
Yeah, and Khan got it right. He was always right about Jesse Marsh. He was always right about Jesse Marsh.
He was always right about Jesse Marsh. The issue is that I weren't necessarily ready to hear it while Jesse Marsh was still employed, which I think was more the crux of it. It's like, yeah, you're probably going to be proven right in 18 months from now. He was proven right in about 4 months. But I'm sure you get what I mean. But ultimately, the fact of the matter is, I feel like he had some absurdist Leeds takes. And
this is the right show for that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he found a home, for sure.
But ultimately, his takes were always about Leeds doing well.
Yeah.
I say an absurdist Leeds take. Sorry, like I'm not gonna eulogise and lie within it. I felt like his Leeds takes were absurd, but I admire that they were all predicated on the fact that he thought Leeds United should be of a higher standing than we are. And I admire his belief in the club, the institution, his love for the club, unquestionable. Can never question it. And I think he deserves them to go out there, and even if the fact they don't know who he is, he personally deserves them to go out and put in a performance of the man that claimed we were going to win the title despite being 17 points behind.
Yeah. Now, Tom, if Leeds for some reason happen to lose on Sunday, I can just hear him saying, "That's why I fucking left. I knew it was going to fucking happen. It was never fucking... I wasn't going to stick around to watch that shit." But, yeah. Fucking... Good man there. Good man there. He would love these jokes. Get out of here. Much love to you, Bandi. All right, has everybody said their words? We good? Because Bandi would be requesting. Where's
He would be a bit bored with our conversation.
Yeah.
There you go. And then he would say, "Get on with it." All right, fellas. Thank you all so much for that, and thank you guys for opening up and sharing. I know we're on a public forum and everything. It's weird to do that, but thank you guys very much for that. It is now time for a segment that you all know and love. Hopefully love. It is Betting in the Dark with Mr. Tom. So, Tom, are you ready to switch gears?
Yeah, I've got the duck ready.
All right, you poon-faced punk rocker. What was that he said? You poon-faced...
Prune
That's
face.
not my favourite one of his.
Poon-faced punk rocker.
Prune-faced punk rocker.
All right. Let's get to it. Let's do Betting in the Dark.
Betting in the Dark with Mr. Tom.
Come on, love, place your bets.
Hello, roll up, and welcome to a special Bandi Fornowski edition of Betting in the Dark with Mr. Tom, where I've attempted to pick things that I think kind of suit the man of honour, let's just say. Director John, if you don't mind, people may or may not know, he did not acknowledge Manchester United by their given name. So he designated them Man Blue and Man Red, specifically Man Red, almost like it was a game of Pro Evolution Soccer. When I told him that, he looked at me like I'd just shat on his cornflakes. Or his sugar puffs, I should have said, in hindsight. With the sugar on them, obviously. But, so in all seriousness, I've gone with Man City to win the cup final 3-2. Foden's going to open the scoring. Haaland gets in there, but it'll still net you a tidy 215 for £1. That's the sound of Gary and Mark gambling.
That's the sound of us gambling, which we don't recommend that you do.
They don't let you pick Man Blue or Man Red.
I know that would be something. I am putting this in right as we speak.
Red, but I can't do that to him.
I feel like if someone's gonna win 3-2, it's Man United. But what's more likely is that Man City will win 5. Like if it's a blowout, I think City wins. If it's close, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying.
I know exactly what you're saying. If it's a close game, you think Manchester United are going to edge it, and if it's not, Man United are not going to win the game 5-0.
Yeah. There's no scenario where Man United wins by a lot, but there are scenarios where Man City runs away with it pretty handedly.
Yeah.
If it's close, I guess it could go either way, but.
I just think it's like, I think Pep wants everything that he can get. He didn't get his treble like last year, so he's just gonna add another trophy.
He needs to get the double, otherwise it's not a good season.
Exactly.
That's why I'm disappointed in them. No, for fuck's sake, please do not let Manchester United win a trophy and then fire Ten Hag and be like, see, we are just like Chelsea. I don't know why they're German, but...
That is the worst Dutch accent I've ever heard.
See, we are very good. We are just like Chelsea. We win a trophy and we fire the coach.
Sounds like the German.
Afterwards, we will have a little party.
And then I will pump you up. Sprockets and prints, yeah. Exactly. Do not let red Manchester and blue Manchester. Oh, fuck. All right, moving on.
There's no odds for that, John. John Garside asked for what's Leeds 5-1 and Leeds 5-1, Peru hat-trick, Somerville scoring is 611 to 1.
We got the wrong logo. That's Nuremberg's logo, not Kaiserslautern.
I told you Chris knows more about teams that you've never heard of than you know about your team. Who's ever heard of Kaiserslautern?
Well, this bet has nothing to do with Bandi, in all honesty, but we usually do 3. So this is the one in the middle. The other one's more to its taste.
That makes a lot more sense because John showed me these earlier, and he was like, they're Bandi themes. And I was like, I don't know. Was Bandi from Kaiserslautern?
No, I mean we can pretend that he watched them once or something like that. But again, I get a feeling that if he watched a football match, it was only Leeds.
Right.
I get that feeling, but it was just literally because we're doing 3s and needed something. And obviously, the natural pick is to go by Leverkusen and win their cup final. I think they'll win it comfortably. I think the first goal might actually be the guy who ended up winning the Bundesliga Player of the Season.
Florian Wirtz.
I don't think it's the worst option to pick.
I forgot they had Nathan Tella.
Yeah,
I feel like he played more for them in the first half of the year.
That's part of the reason. I think
he was on the bench in the final, though, wasn't he? In the Europa League final.
I think that might be why they'll play him. Is because they'll be like,
they were shit.
They'll play the fringe players because I think Kaiserslautern are.
Where was he last year? Was he at Southampton last year?
I was at Burnley on loan last season.
Yeah. No, he was at
on
Burnley from loan from Southampton. Yeah.
It's why they went down though, because they had him and they had Matson from Chelsea, and I think because they didn't tie them down permanently, because funnily enough, players like winning the promotion in the Championship, but are not too hot about signing on to being an obvious relegation battle. Funnily enough, but anyway,
he may have been the difference.
May have been. Could we go with the third and final one? Obviously, slim pickings, but I'm going for the opening match of the Copa America.
This is the match.
Did you know Jesse Marsh manages Canada?
Yes.
Oh,
did you know that Bandi considered Jesse Marsh to be a fish-eyed fool?
Yes, I did know that. The fish-eyed fool.
Did you know you can make 13 times your money if they turn over Jesse Marsh 4-0?
Yeah, but that's like just rolling the dice. It could be 3-0, 5-0, 12-0.
Jonathan David or Alphonso Davies playing.
That's fine. That's fine. Put £1 on everything you just said, and you'll probably make a profit if one of them happens.
And Messi is playing, correct?
Yeah, I believe
this is his last
from the World Cup. But
wait, we're not getting odds on Leeds Southampton.
Oh no! That's
Tom never does that.
No. Because if Leeds don't win, and I predict Leeds to win, I will psychologically blame myself forever for bocking it. So no.
Bocking it. I don't know that term.
So the rest of us will talk about that game.
Oh, I have opinions on it, but at the same time, I'm not gonna nail my, what do you call it, mast, something to the mast. Forget my sayings, but nah.
I like that he calls him a fish-eyed fool when clearly he's a duck face. Like
exactly.
I don't know.
I think one of the funniest things that was ever said about Jesse Marsh was brought on by you, Lolo, where you had said that he looks like he lost his luggage and bought clothes at the airport gift shop.
Yep. He's usually wearing like a Leeds University top. You're like, wait, what? Where did you?
Truth is, Jesse Marsh looks like the sort of guy that your rich mother, your rich divorced mother is like, oh look, come and meet my new personal trainer.
Yeah.
And then he has the big smug face like, I'm having sex with 4 women just like your mum.
Yeah. And we're like, you're really hitting that 45 plus market, nailing it. The problem with me is he looks like so many of the dads in this neighborhood that like you're kind of forced to try to be friends with the parents of your children's friends, and they come up to me and go, "Hey, you like soccer? I heard you like soccer." "Oh yeah, I'm a big Timbers fan or Minnesota," and I'm just like, go away. I don't want to talk to you. I'd rather drive to Jersey and talk to Chris about a high school football team. Oh yeah, you ever watched that show?
13 girls soccer team, incredible.
Do you think they're any good? Are they good?
Yeah,
I don't know. Are they good? I'm not sure.
Oh,
or do they suck? They
my
suck,
neighbor's
right?
challenge to Daniel Fark.
Watch out.
Got challenged to Daniel Fark. You need to now stay as manager of Leeds United forever because you are the current Leeds United manager in the intro for the We All Love Leeds show. And it'll be really awkward if you get fired because now I can't ask Bandi to replace you.
I mean, I don't understand why Bayern Munich didn't offer the job to Farka. He's been promoted and relegated twice already. Probably a third time soon.
No, but see, Daesh has as well, and they don't want that. They don't want serial, promotion, relegation managers. But somebody who's only done each of those once, let's take him before he doubles it up.
Right.
There's got to be like Pep put in a really good word.
Yeah. All right, everybody. That was Betting in the Dark with Mr. Tom, and we have a new guest who is on the set of of David Letterman. What are you doing, a David Letterman show there? What's going on? You're usually all lounging.
Looks like Johnny Carson with the curtain in the back there.
Yeah. Quick setup.
Looks great, man. No, you look great. How are you, David?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks. I thought I'd jump on the show very quickly. As you know, we had a little chat yesterday. I think it was Lolo when you announced about Bandi's passing and everything. So I wasn't feeling great earlier, so I went to bed and got a few hours sleep. Woke up, tuned in immediately, and who did I come onto the show to? But seeing Bandi and hearing Bandi espousing his wisdom the only way that Bandi could. So I just wanted to pop on the show and pay my respects to the man as well. Terrific guy, brought smiles to everybody wherever he went, you know. But otherwise I'm good and just waiting for the weekend ahead.
All right. Let's
hopefully some promotion.
Thanks so much for the words, Bandi, and Aquama's going to be watching this as well. She popped on actually for a minute, which was great.
Yeah, I saw her.
But we're going to be sending this to her as well, so she'll see it. That being said, Bandi would say, Lolo, there's only 15 minutes in the show. When are we talking about Leeds? Let's get to it. Leeds United, they are in the championship playoff championship. Matt, what do you call this thing?
Championship
playoff final.
The championship playoff final.
Final, yep.
For the championship.
Championship is the division. Playoff is the tournament.
It's such a dumb name for a division. Sorry, guys. It's such a dumb name for a division. Like, it's so confusing.
It really is.
Poor Mark for the first, year that we were doing this. He was like, wait, so Wolves just came from the championship, but we're trying to get in the championship league? And I was like, no, you're trying to get in the Champions League.
It was something that was so very, very confusing to me when it first came out. And I asked so many people before. It was like, oh, wait, okay, so wait a minute. There's the championship, and then there's the Champions League. And a friend of mine was like, yeah, it's ass backwards, man.
Yeah. They should actually spell it with a C for ship, so it's championship. Then we would all know, oh, this is the championship.
It's also backwards because the Champions League is not a league. That should
it's
be
a tournament.
It is next season, though.
Huh?
It is a literal
It
league.
is next season.
Next season, there's 8 matches, and there's a whole league, and the final day you're going to have 19 matches at the same time. It's going to be
and watch. Arsenal are going to win that one, and then we're going to hear from Najee. Oh, you could only win it after they made it a fucking stupid fucking thing. We won it back in the day because Chelsea have so much history. God damn it.
Yeah. This is the Leeds portion of our show.
Sorry. Okay,
I'll tell
thank you,
guys
Chris.
this.
Hand it over to
When
Spawny.
Leeds got
He runs the show
when
better.
Leeds got relegated the first time in 2004, I was like, okay, we've gone down to Division 1. Not nice, but, you know, it's a thing. And then the first week of the season started, Coca-Cola threw loads of money at the Football League. And then the Football League agreed to change the name of the league, as in, it then became the Coca-Cola Championship. And I was like, the fuck is this?
The Coca-Cola
Yeah.
Championship.
Yeah, and it went across a few sponsorships in that time, but they've all kept the name Championship because they're under some misguided delusion.
It's all about branding, all about the money,
Yeah.
isn't it, Tom?
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Chelsea were the first team to be in the European Cup in England, by the way. I bet Bandi. Sorry, I bet Naji doesn't know that though.
No, Najee knows everything. What he wants to admit that he knows is different.
Right.
It depends what conversation he's having, what argument he's having. Because he's like, oh, I've never heard of that. And I'm like, you fucking, what? We talk, what?
I gotta be, I sometimes wish that I could share that particular chat with everyone in the world.
You should. Fuck them.
It's some of the most like the banter, vitriol, and damn bordering on hatred that Kantak and Najee throw at one another with a little bit of Chris and a little bit of Lolo in there.
No, Chris and I are fanning the flames over here. We're just like,
I try and stay out of it because it's just like I just feel like I'm binge watching like the greatest TV show of all time because it will go on for hours. In fact, Anisha, the day after the day after City clinched it, so it would have been Monday. Is like, oh my God, I woke up to an arm's length
200
of comments. How many? 200?
200. She said 200 comments.
Something like 200 comments from Najee and Kantak just going back and forth. She obviously is very smart and turns off her phone. As something I haven't learned yet because I forget that like I'm digitally tied to all of you. And like I will wake up at 3:00 in the morning. And, what? Who? What? Have my phone too close to my head, and it'll be.
No, y'all living that mute life in my world. I'm fucking. I check y'all when I want to check y'all. Like no, Najee is on a tear right now. Anyway, guys, let's get to Leeds United. What do we think our chances are here? What are we actually talking about here? Because you recently lost to Southampton.
That game don't count.
Yeah. No, but it does, pal. It does.
Double on you.
No, sorry. I know it officially counts, but because of outside factors, it literally had all the intensity of a postseason friendly.
Yeah.
No, Tom. If your players get on the pitch, they play football.
Well, they fucking didn't that day.
And let's hope they do this day.
I want to see more of what they put together in the second half or the second match against Norwich. That was beautiful football, and I was so glad to be able to watch it.
If that Leeds turns up, they'll win. I think it's fair to say because in that division, if that Leeds turns up, they beat any side that is in that division. It's just whether that side will turn up. Apparently, they're very relaxed this week in training about the camp and everything. So
flying kites.
We'll see.
Hopefully, not flying kites like Fulham. Fucking bastards.
Do you think it'll be an attacking match on both sides or a defensive match on both sides?
No. It's a 200
I'd love it to be.
match. I think if we go toe to toe with them, like if we start throwing bombs at them and they start throwing bombs at us, our bombs will land more than theirs. But I think
Very British approach.
A little bit of blitzkrieg.
Yeah, well, you know. Well, do you know of the 192 nations in the United Nations? We have invaded 171 of them. So,
and we're proud of it as well.
I thought you were going to say you were 4 of them.
The number's probably higher, Chris.
to be fair, I did read it 2 weeks ago, so it could be 172 by now. Anyway, but no, in all seriousness, I just feel like what we want to happen, as in like an attacking game where you go for it, there's too much on the line. There's too much on the line for you to just go cavalier about it.
Most of these playoff finals are horrible watches, and they get to penalties. Like, I would love to just see them say, because both those teams can attack, and they've got, I would say, their front lines are more impressive than their back lines. Like, I would just love to see both teams go for it.
I'd love to see a repeat, as long as we're on the winning side, of course, of the Charlton-Sunderland Championship playoff
match ever.
It is the number one game in Championship playoff finals. Clive Mendonca hitting a hat trick and in a 4-3 win, wasn't it? I think.
No, it was 4-4. Went to penalties.
4-4. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. But I don't want penalties. I just want to win in ordinary or added extra time.
YouTube the highlights of that match is crazy.
What year is that?
In 1998 playoff final.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
They didn't have video cameras back then. We couldn't.
They
no
kicked a rock around.
It's doing on the Stoop watch. That should be
somebody drew all the pictures.
The whole match.
Somebody drew all the pictures on a pad and then flick the pad.
Right.
You know, most countries you can't have cameras in the courtroom, so they do the painting. Yeah, it's basically watch a YouTube slide of all the paintings from the game.
So the guy who has to do that is going to pre-draw a bunch of Patrick Bamford sitters that he misses.
No,
I'll use
Patrick's
those.
out. He's out. He's out. So
and he's crumbling them up, going, God damn it! There's a week's work.
Do you think they have full financial pressure to win, or is one club in more trouble if they don't win financially?
Financially, no. We're okay. Apparently, we've got debts like any football club has. We've got, I think it's 70 million they've got to pay, but apparently it's all under control. That'll be paid this month or next month in instalments. I think Southampton are in a similar boat because, of course, they sold some very big Ward-Prowse and whatnot left in the transfer season last year, which basically set them straight and everything. So I don't think either side has got monetary problems. We're already looking players for next year on 2 levels, which is not, I wouldn't say evident, but there's a clue in who they're looking at on the news that's coming out, although the 49ers are really good at keeping things quietly and maybe I think they maybe pop out 1 or 2 bits of information, which is disinformation. But yeah, I think we're okay financially. I think the team that's gone up, Leicester, I think they're the ones who've got the problems.
Yeah. By winning, they have problems.
I also think
because now they're going up and being charged.
Going up next year, but hopefully it's Leeds goes up. I've always had a soft spot for Southampton. Liverpool got a lot of players in that team.
Van Dijk, Mane.
Yeah, but
you should have a soft. You should have a hard spot down in your pants for Southampton.
Yeah, but I like the way that they played.
Yes, Gary.
10, 12 years ago, they were very fun to watch in the Premier League. But hopefully they go up next year and not this year.
Yeah, they've always been a side, generally a top division side, but occasionally they've flirted with the division below. But yeah, good, solid, well-run club with history behind it as well.
All right, so Tom, I know you don't like to place bets or even talk bets about Leeds United matches, but I'm just asking you. I was thinking lots of goals. I was thinking over 3.5. Are you saying there's something to be said about maybe like an under 2? The
sensible bet is under 2.5.
Under 2.5. Both teams to score?
Well, in that situation, you might as well just do a 1-1 draw, correct score.
Well, no, I'm asking you, both teams to score or no? Because the bet is only through 90.
Yeah.
So it could end 1-1. I'm just thinking goals-wise.
Play that safe. Go under 3.5, because then it'd cover a 2-1 win for either side. Because you're going to find most playoff finals tend to be 2-0, 2-1. Like, it's the ones that mostly get remembered are the outliers where there were loads of goals. Like, I think Swansea and Reading was like 4-3 or 4-2. But obviously they were great football matches. But generally, with the increase in television revenue that comes with getting promotion via the playoff final, you essentially get more caution. It was basically going to probably play out like the first leg for Leeds and Norwich, where we were all too happy to take nothing back to Ellen Road, like no goals back to Ellen Road, whereas it was naive of Norwich to think that they were going to nick a 1-0 at Ellen Road in that environment, in my opinion. I'll say I think I know what their plan was, but you'll never know because we done it within 6 minutes, and they had nothing. Like, I know it's over a week ago, so we can, it's done with. But I'd be very surprised if both teams don't go for an early goal.
Do a lot of fans get to go to the finals? Is it like less than? Like, I know that
35,000 tickets each, apparently.
Yeah, just over 36 in the end. It was.
Yeah, but I
tried getting a ticket.
Is that less than? Is that just less than the stadium, or what happened?
No, the stadium's 90,000.
No, I mean, sorry, you're the home Ellen Road. I mean,
it's slightly less than Ellen Road capacity. I believe it's slightly more than Southampton capacity.
Yeah, but I've been seeing ticket prices as well for Southampton side tickets are substantially less than the Leeds United tickets. Is that true, or is that something I've been...
I think that was on some secondary sites. I think that's what that's got to do with. I looked into it, and the only real ticket I could have got hold of early on would have been going direct to Wembley, getting a Club Wembley corporate ticket for the game, which they started at, I think it was 500. And so I tried to get a ticket when the club put them on sale and everything, having been to enough games and everything, but I had to wait until phase 3. And Leeds did it in sort of 3-4 phases overall, just to try and do a fair spread of people being able to get tickets, and to those that have been to more games and everything, which is fair enough, season ticket holders first, and then those that have been to 10 or more games, etc. And then, like myself, 5 games or more. And but when I joined the queue, it was like, I think I was 17,000 something in a queue of 34,000, and that was on the third phase. So The stadium could have been sold out for Leeds fans probably a couple of times over. It's the way it is, you know.
Sure.
I think a fair way they did it. I understand quite a few Leeds fans actually picked up tickets on Southampton's allocation, having gone to the away game at Southampton. They had been to one game, and Southampton, their qualification for getting tickets was just having been to one game. So it shows the difference, if you like, in the way the fans approach the games and everything. You know,
for sure.
Leeds usually sold out their games, or at least tickets were extremely hard to come by.
Southampton revealed that they sold out first, and
Yeah,
it was a big deal.
Yeah, they sold out first because
Yeah.
they made
Yeah,
it so easy to get a ticket. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you find that
And I imagine there's going to be quite a lot of people sat in the Southampton end who don't make any noise unless Leeds win it, and then they'll make noise at the end.
Hopefully it empties out, and then it's just all Leeds, right?
Yeah.
Do you find that the cost of the tickets to a game like this bring a different type of crowd from the team? Are you going to get a less loud Leeds section because it's maybe a little more hoity-toity fan going?
No, it's not at all, Chris.
Okay.
Not at all. I mean, to be honest, the price of the tickets, if you got them through the club, they started at £30 odd.
Okay.
Going up to just over 100. That was like the general A. I think it went through A to E, something like that. Different bands. And in the old days, when I also followed a local club, Grimsby, many years ago, and we got to a playoff final, or lower division playoff final, and the whole town literally descended upon the place. There's about 30,000 Grimsby supporters there, and you all make noise because it's a fun day out, basically.
Yeah,
and it'll be. I think the atmosphere, both sets of supporters, I think it's going to be really good this coming Saturday. But as soon as the game starts, I think you'll find it will get very nervy.
Yeah. Well, this is crazy, Chris, because I feel like you're coming from a perspective, the American perspective of like the Super Bowl, where the Super Bowl, we all know as NFL fans, the Super Bowl is
shitty crowd.
Less than half actually give a shit about either football team because the tickets are $3,000, $4,000, or they're free, given out to celebrities or faux celebrities or whatever. And so you get such a fake environment in there. It seems like it's not a home game for either team. It's not actually a true football game. So you guys don't get that as much over there for a championship final, where we would stack it with 60,000, 70,000 out of 90 don't give a shit about the game, let's be honest.
I'll tell you a weird quirk about the playoff final, which I'm sure David, this won't be new information, David. The team that loses gets every single penny of the ticket in receipt money.
Wait, what?
If we win, Southampton get the money we made from the tickets because we will get the 200 million television revenue that comes with winning. Yeah.
No, my friend. See, Americans don't put up with that shit. Americans go, no, you give me my cut and you get fuck all because you lost.
It's not an actual rule. It's just an informal arrangement. That's just
so they write them a check.
Lolo,
they write them a check.
Lolo, what promo relegation American sport are you talking about right now?
Yeah, that's a good point, Chris.
It's true. It's true.
It
true.
wouldn't- it'd be fantastic if that
College, I
happened
guess.
in America, wouldn't it? You imagine
Chris,
if that actually happened.
What team would write the other team a check for you get the gate? You get the gate because we won. What?
I know,
you're
but
getting 250
maybe in a
million,
pro
the other team are
rel
getting
scenario
nothing.
that would exist.
Yeah. What kind of commie world are you
very
running
lo-
over
it's a
there?
very
You
level-
wonder why we
No,
dumped the
no,
tea in the fucking harbor, man,
No,
with these fucking rules.
Commie world is
this
the
is
one where no one goes up or goes down. The capitalist
This is-
world is the one where teams go up and down.
This is the class structure coming in. Yeah. Here you go.
Caste
write you,
structure.
I'll write you a check. Now fuck off.
You know what? I would have loved to
go
done that.
into Big Boys Club.
It's like
How many times would we have loved to just write off the Browns? Like, hey guys, can you piss off and go to college, please?
It's like the scene in The Godfather when James Caan's character Sonny is kicking the ass of his sister's boyfriend or something, and he just dumps the trash on her. He reaches into his pocket and grabs a bunch of money. He says, "Clean yourself up."
Clean yourself up. Yeah. Okay, so if they were allowed to do that, like if Leeds won and then they were handed, like, here's the gate, but I want it in ones, I want it in pounds, coins, thank you very much, and we're going to just fucking throw it at the Southampton players. Then, okay, all right, now I'm into this. Now I like this.
Lolo's thought way too much about this way too quickly.
Yeah, now I'm gonna write a thesis. Yeah, no, change them to pounds.
That's a genuine thing that happens.
That is stupid, Tom.
Because the TV deal in the Championship is so the disparity between the TV deal in the Football League compared to the Premier League is such that you can actually afford to give them the ticket money for that match.
Yeah.
Because
so
you're going to make
what?
so much. But it will be even more money than they probably get for the TV deal in the Championship.
So what? They lost. They get nothing. You get nothing. Willy Wonka, you get nothing. You fucking lost. You get zero. Nothing. Leave. You are poor.
So once again, does it pay to lose then? Because if
No, it does not pay to lose.
Doesn't pay to lose.
So it's not that much money then.
All right, Gary,
Don't do this to me, John.
Should you
John,
get nothing
come on.
Wow, that was mean. That was not nice at all. Not even,
He got that from Najee, unfortunately. I know where that came from.
Would you rather have 1 million quid or 250 million quid for winning?
Oh, that doesn't sound like a lot.
1 million, easy, because I earned it.
You got to remember from the gate receipts out of that, every expense has been taken away before you get the money.
Wow, that's mean.
So
That's
we're talking like 38 pounds.
That's like here you won the 100 million lotto. Wait a second, we have to estimate it over a 30-year period. Wait a second,
Gary, here we go.
Wait a second.
This is like where if you're playing the lotto at a bodega and you win, and the bodega's like, oh, hey, and you're like, here, I'll pay for your operating costs for one day. And you're like, oh, well, you just won 200 million. Why you're giving me $50? This is not like, it seems like a slap in the face. It's a very, very British thing to do of like, I am so noble giving you this cash. You will take this cash, you poor person, because you lost.
It's funny to say like a slap in the face, but it'd be a lot worse to not get that money and then still be on the hook for all your transfer fees over the course of the season.
You just said it wasn't that much money.
No, I'm compared.
We're
to
talking like
$100
$100,000, right? A couple $100,000.
Oh no,
that's probably like £1 million.
Yeah, that's a couple hundred.
It'll be
10.
probably a couple of million, but that's nothing in the grand scheme of things, is it? Compared to what the winner takes.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give them that. We make that every Friday.
The FA Cup winner
on happy hour.
Yeah, that's like a $2 million prize.
But when you're in the championship,
If
you
only,
can't
John.
afford to turn your
Go
nose
back to
up
watching
at
the
any money.
Rangers.
Oh wait, a Rangers playing? I didn't place my bets. You didn't put any betting on the dark with Rangers?
They were up 1-0. I don't know.
John,
It's
John,
1-1.
I felt
I haven't watched it. I haven't watched
John,
it. So.
I felt so dirty yesterday. I bet money on the Stars. Ugh. And I fucking lost.
And you lost.
Yeah,
the Oilers are going to take that. That's.
Anyway.
In the basketball the other day.
Oilers Rangers is the finals I want to see.
Okay.
You didn't mention the whatchamacallit, the Premier League Fantasy League that we did. You probably didn't even
because I was fucking terrible. John finished 5th? John Lawler won?
Lawler won.
Wow.
In the last week, he pulled it out.
Wow. Oh, over Limo. So that means he won in his own league, too. Oh, and Terry. Terry was 3rd. Rob Greenleaf, who won last season. Good. Whoa, I was 6th. Wow. Wow.
I made the board though, so I'll take.
You made the board there. There you go.
There was only 11 of us that played it. So.
Hey, whoa! Everybody doesn't need to know all this information. Come on,
Gary.
Harry got relegated.
No. There's like 4 more pages. 4 more pages of teams on this.
Okay.
You know, I got so mad the other day when we were watching we were watching Super Sunday, and at halftime, Mark and I are there at the bar. I'm so fucking nervous. I'm flipping out. I run into a couple guys who are from the block here, and they're like, "Hey man, yeah, you look a little nervous." And I was like, "Oh, I forgot you guys do watch football. Yeah, who do you support? Oh, I support Liverpool. It doesn't matter. I'm just here. I'm just here because I'm 5th place in the world in fantasy football right now."
Wow.
And I was like, I'm not 5th place in my 11-person league right now. Like, what the hell? And I got so mad. He's sitting here rooting for all these random fucking people to do things, and I'm like, get out of the bar! Unless you're rooting for every West Ham player, get the hell out of here right now. But
what were you feeling when Kudus scored that bicycle kick?
I was feeling like I should sit down, probably, so that I don't get arrested for the boner that popped up and smacked people in the face. Because here's what happened. Arsenal went down a goal, and I went, watch, City are going to give up a goal. Because they're going to hear that we went down a goal. They're going to relax for 2 seconds. And then I think Arsenal scored, and then Kudu scored. The goal was absolutely incredible.
Did you say your boner was going to smack people in the face?
Was definitely smacking people in the face. They were very short.
They were children.
No, Mark, Jesus Christ. We're already demonetized. Don't get us, fined.
What?
No. It was that goal was it gave me a little more hope, Chris, and it killed me. It gave me a little more hope. The only thing was, it was such an incredible goal that you're like, yeah, they're not going to do that again.
It wasn't like a build-up play type goal where you're we're gelling.
No.
It's like
and then Souček got a goal shortly after that. Souček got a goal, and I was like, the crazy Souček goal that he scores with his hand. And he literally... He just fucking threw it in.
He actually celebrated it, knowing
and he was
that it was going to get ruled out, didn't he? He was like, yeah, I know I hit it with my hand, ref. It's okay. Bye.
And if I was a Tottenham fan, I would have gone out and bought a Souček jersey like that.
Maybe that was Souček. Maybe he's got a little thing about winding up the Arsenal fans.
But imagine if there was no VAR, there would have been no replay on that, right?
And we win the league. Game over. Here we go.
Yeah, I think it was. I think pretty much all the players saw it, so one would hope the referee saw it as well. But
I mean,
know, do you?
It hit his hand and he went. He threw. It was bad. It wasn't even. And I was like, "Oh, good. They're spending 5 minutes on this. Awesome. What? What are we doing? What are we doing?"
That was mean. Football guys were mean to us. A goal goes in, and they're like, "Nah, that didn't actually really happen." I mean, we weren't expecting it anyways, but damn, the goal actually went in. The ball actually went in the net, and they said, "Nope, sorry, can't have it." That's when you're going, "Hey, if you're in a championship right now, they probably wouldn't have a chance to look at that, and they probably wouldn't even know. They probably just let it go because guess what? You know what? Why? Why not?"
Bamford.
Listen, has nobody mentioned the distinct possibility of Ron Burgundy in the dugout? Listen, Will Ferrell is now an owner of Leeds United.
No, he's not. He's an investor.
He's an investor.
Well, doesn't that make him
Is he going to be? He's going to be there on Sunday, I would assume. He's
not.
actually a football fan, so you should be happy about that. He is actually a football fan. His wife is European. He did the Eurovision movie, which was brilliant.
I love the clickbait articles that came out it was a few weeks ago when it was announced, sort of thing, and they were all like, "Oh, Will Ferrell's part owner," and I'm sat there like, yeah, he's probably invested a similar amount of money to Jordan Spieth, Russell Westbrook, and obviously Russell Crowe, but no one's clamouring for them to pick the team, are they? It's just
exactly.
Clickbait articles were like, "Oh, he's part owner. Oh, he's gonna be in the dugout. Oh, he's gonna be." It's like,
was he? He's 0.1%.
To me, is it a good thing or a bad thing that he would be in the dugout? To me, it would be a bad thing. You got to remember, we're dealing with children playing football here. These are 18, 19, 20, I don't know your age of your roster, but these are children. We don't want them going like, "Oh, I love syrup for breakfast. Like, I love drinking syrup."
I think it'd be a terrible idea because the first thing that would happen is the FA would come in and go, "Excuse me, where's your UEFA Pro license, Mr. Burgundy?" And then he would go, "Oh, I'm kind of a big deal." They'd be like, yeah, you are. You're the number one newscaster in San Diego. Where's your UEFA Pro license, though, to be
right.
a dugout?
Como has been coached by Cesc Fabregas all year, and he doesn't have a license, and they got promoted. So they actually have an official manager who doesn't manage the team. And then there's Fabregas, who's getting his licenses, who is actually managing the team.
Is it Will Stiller over in? Is it in France?
Yeah, he got fired. He just got fired, but yeah, Will Still. Yeah.
Why did he get fired?
I don't know.
They had a very poor run of
Rem, right?
Yeah, it was with Rem.
They were getting fined something like, was it 21,000 a game?
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah, they were.
But it didn't matter, you know. Doesn't matter when you're winning anyway.
Nah, they were like, "Oh, okay, we'll pay the fine every week."
Which takes us on really to the managerial merry-go-round that's kicking off already. Unbelievable.
I guess what's the point? What's the point in having requiring that someone gets like these certifications and badges? Like, who gives a shit who the team hires?
You want badges?
Like, I understand
it's to
it
help
from, like,
keep a closed shop, Chris.
I get that. It's also like a good way to maybe go up into the system. But if
I think it makes the profession feel more legitimate because there's probably a fair few movies out there of various sports where, like, for example, Whoopi Goldberg once managed the New York Knicks. Now, I'm pretty sure there are rules in place that can't actually happen in 2024.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I wonder.
I believe it's called the junior rule, which makes sure if you're a man you can't have a baby. Similar to if you're Whoopi Goldberg, you can't.
That movie was called Eddie, I believe.
It
It's a great
was.
film. Frank Langella's in it. It's a great film. I loved it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure it didn't trouble anyone during award season, but I enjoyed it, and that's the main thing. But
what about Rookie of the Year?
Is that where the kid plays?
For the Cubs because he does something he injures his shoulder in a weird way
And he can
allows
throw
him-
really fast, yeah.
he can throw really
It was like Angels in the outfield without the Angels.
Exactly.
More realistic.
Don't you say nothing bad about Tony Danza.
Did you see that bit where it was like the Milwaukee Brewers reenacted like a scene from the Sandlot?
Yeah, from the Sandlot, I saw
It's
that.
really good.
It's good. Best Elton John song ever, by the way, John.
Tony Danza.
Hold me closer, Tony Danza. Yeah, it's a great song. Well, everybody, we are at the end of the show. That is not a red card. I will fight that red card. But excuse me. Guys, if anybody wants to join us backstage for a little bit, here is the link. We are sending it out right now. If you want to join us, feel free to click that link. We will be backstage for a little bit. We would love to talk to you guys. Jimmy, Bremmers Goes, Conche, all you guys, longtime Stoop crew members, Bono, of course. Anybody, click that link. There's 6 of us here, and we only have room for 10. So that means there's 4 more people that can click this link. Anyway, it's been a it's been a hell of a show. Thank you guys for joining us, and very emotional show. But
Indeed.
Gary, Tom, where are you guys going to be later this week? You got shows coming up?
Yep, we'll be on the road trip tomorrow morning. Check us out. Probably watching some football and chatting about what's going to happen the next day. Right, Mr. Tom?
Yeah, but even better than that is I'll be going live after that, where we basically will be watching wrestling live from Saudi Arabia, which is always controversial in its own right because of the time Tony didn't watch the entire World Cup because of his feelings about Qatar. But screw his feelings when Brock Lesnar wrestles Cody Rhodes. So there you go.
You're doing that on the We All Love Leeds channel?
I don't have the
not
graphic
on
for
Paul
We All
Nelson.
Love Leeds.
But
I mean, I don't have the graphic for his wrestling show. Sorry.
Okay.
It's the Fool Nelson.
We'll look into that for you, Tom. We'll get you that one.
Do you have the graphic for Wembley, sir, Mr. John?
Oh crap! I didn't load
We
it
got
either.
him finally.
My apologies. I'm just.
All right. Well, everybody, this has been a great show, and thank you all for sharing your love for Bandi as well, and for the Stoop and everybody. But much love to all of you guys. Good season for the Premier League teams, I suppose, and we will see who can get promoted.
Yeah, you should probably edit out my part when you send it to Quelma because.
Nope.
Nope.
Probably. Because.
Nope. She needs to know you're a dick.
She needs to know. She needs to know, Tom. It was probably in his will, as well. Like, and by the way, don't believe anything Tom says. He's a dick.
It's
Tom's the least dick of them.
All right. From Brooklyn, everybody, we love you all. We'll see you next week, okay? Good night, everybody. Peace.
Wait. Hold on. Shit, there's too many images. I
Ranger
can't load
scored?
It. No.
Oh.
Okay, we got
You
Yeah.
delete something?
No.
If you delete one, it'll let you replace it.
Yeah, I know, but it's at the end of the show and the spontaneity is out.
This is a man that likes to talk. Anybody that will listen to him.
Got you, John. Gotcha, motherfucker. End this show.
All right.
Let's go. I love you, Bandi.
Later.